Hello and welcome back to my messy garage. Today we are going to plant garlic, and we're not going to plant it in the garden. So let me take you back. We got married 5 years ago, and we had our wedding at a barn. We got married outside and we had a reception in the barn, and we wanted a way to have like drinks, like cans of soda and bottles of water and stuff to keep it cold, but something that looked nice, better than just like a cooler. And we didn't want to spend a bunch of money on like a fancy cooler that looks like a tub, so we went to Rural King and bought 2 of these big galvanized tubs. And they are, I don't know how big they are, but they're pretty big. And we've had these for like 5 years. They've been sitting in our garage since then, and I haven't ever done anything with them. And so today, actually, or last night, I was like, I bet I could plant something in those. Bet I could plant garlic in those. So that's what we're gonna try. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I spent $1.50 on garlic at Kroger, and I have everything else here already, so we're gonna try it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is turn this tub over, and I'm going to put some holes in the bottom of it for drainage. I'm just gonna use a hammer and a nail to just nail some holes in here for some drainage, and then we'll go from there. Okay, holes are made. The next step is to separate your garlic. So I just bought these at the store. I bought 3 heads or bulbs of garlic. I've heard it called both heads of garlic and bulbs of garlic. Basically, this is a bunch of cloves just all connected. So I have my gathering basket here, and all I'm gonna do is just separate these. So this is what you're looking for, each individual clove. So just tear them apart from the head and just kind of pull any of the loose papery skin off. You don't have to peel them, but just take the outside paper off. And I actually watched a video about planting garlic this afternoon, because I had been thinking about doing it, but I knew it wasn't hard, but I don't know. I wanted to see someone else do it, and so I actually found a video the Stivers Homestead put out like yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay, they're in Kentucky. I'm in Indiana, so it's like, okay. So I went to Kroger after work, and I grabbed some stuff to make a homemade pumpkin pie, like with actual pumpkins, and I grabbed some garlic while I was there. And we're gonna try planting it. Now, the thing with store-bought garlic, and I don't even know if this is gonna bloom or sprout or grow at all. I have no freaking idea. The thing with store-bought garlic is you have to make sure, if you're in the US, that it was grown in the US, because when produce comes through like customs from other countries, it gets x-rayed, and that will pretty much kill any chance of it regrowing. From what I've heard, that sounds right. I mean, I would assume that an x-ray would prevent something from growing again if it's a fruit that resprouts. So I don't know where this is from. It didn't have any sort of sticker on it, but it did have an I'm local thing on it. Kroger does a really good job of labeling when things are grown like in this area, aka like the tri-state area, I think. So I think this is gonna be fine. I actually have had garlic sit on my counter and sprout before that I got at Kroger. So I don't know, that's a good sign, I think. I just grabbed 3 heads. I'm just gonna pick the best looking cloves and plant those. I probably won't be able to plant all of them in here. I do have 2 of these tubs, so I could do this twice, but I only have that much potting soil, which should be enough to fill one, but I don't know if it'll be enough to fill two. So we'll see what happens. And I think what I'm gonna do with these is I am going to, or this one, I'm gonna assume we're just gonna have one tub. I'm gonna stick it in the back of the garden, like where the zucchini is, kind of back there, because they don't need a ton of sunlight right now. They're pretty much just gonna go dormant anyway. And so I'm not gonna worry as much about them having sunlight. So here's my garlic. And the papers are in here too, but that's okay. So next step is to fill the tub and get these babies planted. And garlic likes loose soil, so keep that in mind. When you put your dirt in, you want it to be loose, so don't pack it down too much. And also leave lots of room for mulch. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more in here. Because this is gonna need, depending on your growing zone, I guess, it may not need as much mulch. I'm in 6B, so it does get pretty cold here. So I need quite a lot of mulch. So this is how far I'm gonna fill it up. We're gonna get this baby planted with the garlic and then we'll move it out to the garden. All right, so I have my tub. It has dirt in it. I'm gonna grab some cloves and all I'm gonna do is dig like a little trench. As much as I can. And you want to plant these a couple inches down. You want them to have a really good cover over them, especially if you live in an area that gets really, like cold, like it gets sometimes negatives for the high here. And you want to plant it this side down. Hello, focus. Here we go. This side down, this is where the roots come out. This tip, that's where it will sprout from. So just kind of put it in there like that, tuck it in, and you want to leave room. That's about 2 inches. I'm actually going to scoot that one over a little bit. Give it about 3 inches in between. That way you give the cloves enough space to, bulb up. And since this little garden bed we made is circular, we're gonna do another round in the middle. So I'm just gonna cover this stuff back up. And then I'm just gonna dig a small trench in the middle. And then we'll just do the same thing. Just push it down in here. And I'm pushing it down in pretty far because they like to be underneath a lot of soil. I'm just gonna cover them up. Make sure everybody has a nice cover. So the final step here is to cover it in mulch. This is just half a bag I had laying in the garage. This is the same stuff I used in the garden this year. And I'm gonna I basically just poured the whole bag, the rest of the bag on here, but you just wanna cover it up real good. Like I said, if you live somewhere where it gets cold, like really cold, and it freezes pretty hard, you wanna give it a nice covering of mulch to keep the garlic from freezing. So that's that. Super easy. All that's left is to move this bad boy into the garden. So let's go do it. All right. it's out here. I'm not gonna water it. It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, so I'm not gonna worry about doing that. Came out here looking around. There's some stuff out here. The zucchini plant is still little. It doesn't get as much sun as I don't think it wants. It's planted in a bad spot, but it's okay. There are some carrots coming up. Little babies. All these little carrots. And over here, we have 2 types of radishes coming up. These should be ready in just a couple weeks, I think. And there's some tomatoes that need to be picked. There's just a few tomatoes left out here. There's not a ton. Here's another one. They've started splitting again because it rained all day, like Wednesday. Like these Chianti Rose are pretty sad looking, to be honest. There's a couple, there's new flowers on these though. These are the Lemon Boy. And let's see what else we got. Yeah, this Chianti Rose right here was turning and it's completely open on one side, so that one's not gonna work. There's some San Marzanos out here that I need to pick. Tomato production has slowed down for sure, but I am still getting a couple like once a week, not super often anymore, unfortunately. But it's okay. It's pretty much the end of October. It's the 25th right now, so it's pretty good for October 25th to still be getting, you know, tomatoes. And I planted my kale and my arugula from the basement the other night, 2 days ago. And it is doing pretty well. This is the kale, and over here is the arugula. And yeah, they're doing okay. And down here, the peas all look pretty happy. So that makes me happy. There's been a little bit of a garden tour and a garlic planting video, and there's some peppers out here I could pick. I'm probably gonna leave them. I don't need them right now. And they seem to be doing okay if I just leave them, so I'm just gonna leave. So I'm gonna go pick up my stuff out of the garage. And tomorrow should be pretty exciting. I am going to make a pumpkin pie from actual pumpkins. I have never done that before, and I will be sure to make a video about it because it should be interesting. I'm also gonna make my own pie crust, which is also something I've never done, believe it or not. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope you grow your own garlic because apparently it's easy. We're gonna find out next spring. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.